Have you ever wondered how the stories, myths, and legends you grew up with can define who you are? Let me explain what I mean. Get ready, this is going to be spooky. These stories told or shared origins, origins defined identity, and identity defined groups, shared rituals, shared ancestors, and once people split into groups, their stories split with them. From these early stories emerged mythological beings who live in forests or in the skies. These creatures embodied what mattered most to each group: fear of the unknown, protection of the community, the chaos of nature, or the mystery of creation itself. Their forces were shaped by landscape, climate, native animals, and history. Those stories were as real as our so-called reality. For example, when people dug in the ground looking for gold, they found dinosaur bones. Occasionally, they released pockets of concentrated gas, which ignited and burst into flame. And so the people told stories of dragons, ancient, mighty beings said to dwell at the edges of the known world, guarding hoards of gold and breathing fire. Fighting dragons was something only the greatest warriors could face, from Gilgamesh, king of Uruk, to Siegfried, prince of Burgundy. Many of these creatures were not shared across cultures. Each population developed its own mythological signature. Distinct creatures, distinct narratives, distinct symbols. Just like languages, myths became cultural fingerprints. When humans migrated, their stories traveled with them, following the same paths as their storytellers. Where the people stopped spreading, the stories settled too. And where the story was no longer told, a different story took its place. That is how boundaries were formed. And so, mythological traditions formed a geographical boundary, a cultural footprint of ancient ancestry. Different creatures, different stories, different regions. From the Americas to Australia, these stories became the fabric of our existence. Inuit elders told of the Kalupalik, who lives beneath the sea ice and lures children toward the dangerous edge of the frozen shore. The story was a warning of thin ice and freezing water, where a single mistake could be fatal. Among Andean communities, elders told of Pachamama, who inhabits the land itself and governs mountains, soil, and harvests. The story was a reminder that taking without offering or disturbing the land without care could bring famine, disaster, or misfortune. Along the Rhine River, elders told of Lorelei, who sang from the rocky cliffs above the water and drew sailors toward the most dangerous currents. The story was a warning for the river's hidden hazards, where distraction, arrogance, or a single wrong turn could send ships crashing onto the rocks. Among the Igbo people, elders told of Ikeng, the force that stood behind a person's ambition, courage, and success. Ikenga was believed to rise with those who worked hard, acted justly, and honored their community, but to turn away from those who sought power without discipline or respect. The story taught that strength was never given freely. It had to be earned through effort, integrity, and perseverance, and once lost, it could not be reclaimed without consequence. Among Turkic and Central Asian communities, elders told of Erlik, ruler of the underworld who watched over death, illness, and misfortune. The story was a warning that greed, cruelty, and broken social bonds carried consequences beyond this life, reminding people that moral order mattered and that wrongdoing would eventually be answered for, even when unseen. Finally, according to Papuan legend, the Hiriwa is a powerful and magical creature that can grant wishes and bestow blessings upon those who are worthy. It is also said to symbolize good luck and prosperity, and many Papuan tribes consider it a sacred animal. Your DNA carries more than geography. It carries memory, and in mythological origins, genetic links are defined by the oldest stories ever told. Today, genetics allows us to reconstruct where ancient populations lived and moved. When we overlay genetic ancestry with mythological boundaries, the patterns align. DNA tells us where your ancestors were. Myths tell us who they believe themselves to be. These myths are the stories your ancestors told to explain their place in the world. Stories that survived because the people survived. Did you know that your DNA carries the echoes of centuries past? Not just where your ancestors lived, but what they believed, feared, and celebrated. The series of Mythological Origins connects your genetic ancestry to the mythological traditions that emerged alongside it and provides a breakdown of your ancestry by the mythologies of your ancestors. Each myth will tell you of your ancestors and their beliefs and offer you a high-resolution map to discover your ancient lands. Our series includes 4 tests that offer a global or more region-specific breakdown of your ancestry. You can also get all the tests at a major discount. Each test includes a different palette of demons, gods, spirits, guardians, tricksters, fairies, monsters, underworld figures, sky beings, river spirits, forest dwellers. With our Mythological Origins Test, you can journey beyond recorded history into the realm of ancestral myths, exploring the legendary worlds that shaped early belief systems, uncovering the ancient cultures behind gods and spirits, tracing the deep symbolic roots of your lineage, and reconnecting with the mythic traditions that echo through your past. Join thousands of satisfied ancient DNA Hub users who have taken our DNA test and have embarked on a journey through time and space, bridging thousands of forgotten lineages and unfolding thousands of layers of genetic changes, only to discover now who they really are. Be part of the oldest stories ever told. With our next generation ancient DNA test, you can uncover the myths and cultures that shaped your DNA and rediscover who you really are. Are you ready to start your journey?